So in this video, we're gonna go through Aweber. Fully will show you exactly how you can use Autoresponder. It's called Aweber, and you can use that for your broadcasting, for follow-up emails, for setting up automatically, following up with the with people, and also how to create web forms and etc. Like basically, we'll go through all the steps necessary and all everything you have to do in order to get this up and running quickly, and also make it really efficient with your website, so you don't have to like do any coding or anything like that. It's really easy. Okay, so we'll go through that. So first of all, we need to sign up for Aweber account, which is at this moment they have $1 trial for first month. So first month just $1, and afterwards is 500. It's actually 500 if it's less than 500 subscribers, it's only $19 per month. And when you have, I'm actually paying now at this moment, $19 a month, plus I have around 7,000 subscribers, which is, I think it's up to 5 and then up to 10. So up to 10, I'm actually paying $50 per, for subscribers, extra subscribers. Okay, so you just sign up for 30 days for $1 trial, and then if you don't like it, you can actually cancel it anytime. And your first month is actually $1 only. So the first, it says does the $1 trial limit my access to features? No, your first month of full feature service is only $1. Okay, so you actually don't spend anything. So when you sign up on when you sign up to your account, you usually directed to the list stats. Okay, so there all your list. If you create any list, they will be here. There are subscribers, so it means anybody who subscribed. Then there's unsubscribed, anybody that doesn't want to receive any emails. And whenever you send email message, Aweber automatically puts like unsubscribe button underneath, or you can actually choose wherever you want. And then it shows the grand total, how many subscribers. So you can see, for example, video bookings list has 6,100 subscribers, and then 324 are unsubscribed. Okay, and then also shows today and yesterday. Right. So in order for us to create so basically the way it works is this: we have a list of subscribers. Let's say we call it my blog updates. Okay, it's the list where anybody subscribes to my blog. Anytime I release a blog post, they will get that blog post to their email. Okay, so let's say I want to name that, and the web forms, you can create multiple web forms for one list. Okay,
great.
And the web forms will generate, you can have different types of web forms, but it will still send everybody to the same list. Okay, so you can have, in one place, you can have, only one name and email, otherwise maybe name, email, address, etc., etc.
Okay.
So if we want to create, first of all, we need to create a list. Okay, if we go in and choose where it says current list at the yellow underneath just underneath the menu, we go create and manage list. Okay, we have to put create new list here, and then it gives us the creating new list information. So there's basically three things: basic settings, personalize your list, and then confirm the opt-in. And I'll explain what it is. So basic settings, we have to name the list. Now it's global, so anybody uses that like name. So if you, for example, if I use Ray and you want to use Ray, you cannot use that. And the way to check is they basically will tell you already in use by when you put in the list name, already in use by you or another customer. Please try again. Okay, so we need to find the ones that are working, and it's up to 15 characters. So let's say I put Ray blog update. Okay, and it's only personal for me, and it's actually list name available. Now list description is when it's about, you can describe the list, but it will be seen when somebody is unsubscribed. So whenever they click unsubscribe button underneath the video, underneath your link in the email, they will actually
Mm-hmm.
been sent to the website where they can say, confirm and subscribe. But the list description will be there. So maybe describing of actually, that they will get a lot of useful tips how to make money online using this and this and that would actually make their decision unsubscribe. Okay, then we have from name. So this is what they will see when they receive, anybody that gets your email will see in the from field. That's what they will see. So let's say it will be Ray even like Ray from Ray Animation, I could say, right? And then the address, which address they will actually get from. So if I put info at, or actually like no reply, go UK, right? Whenever you set up a account,
Mm-hmm.
you have also a contact address. Now, this is Aweber actually has this is a requirement because they have a can spam act, which basically
Yeah.
forces that anybody that sends an email has to have a physical address, and actually they have to show it in the email itself. And all the emails that are sent, they also have to be able. Your audience has to be able to unsubscribe from that email. Okay, so this is from an address, and notifications are when if you want to receive an email whenever somebody enters their details or fill in the form, they will be you can actually get notified. You're notified basically when somebody enters their details into your web form. And actually, it's useful when, for example, if you want to generate clients or leads, then you instantly, whenever they fill in the form, you instantly get the update, and you can actually call them if you have, let's say, phone number or email. You can actually email them straight away. Okay, so just entering your name and email and adding, will give. Basically, I'll show you. So Ray,
Yeah.
and my email is, let's say, this, and I'll say add, and adds Ray as the notified email. Okay, and then I put save settings. Oh, replies. Okay, another trick. Yeah, that's what they actually have it automatically. If I put no reply email, they will not allow me. So actually, no reply is restricted in the from address. So I have to put my own, like info. Let's say info reanimation. Okay, save settings. All right, now we're done with that, and you can see that at the bottom we have this web form, this pop-up where it basically shows a setup wizard, and it shows the list we are in, and also what is the progress that we have. And you have to watch. You can watch the video explaining all the fields that you have to fill in. Okay, so yeah, so it says brand your campaign, describe your list. So basically, that's like watch the video, and once we save settings, it will actually direct it to the next phase. Okay, so if I press, it basically pops up the video. All right, now we go in with the personalize your list. Okay, so you can put here, you can put your own logo, you put your company name, website URL, and email signature.
Your screen is kind of there we go, a mess. Yeah. Okay.
And you can also connect with the Twitter or Facebook, but I don't really use those, so you can play with that. But the key here is to have your company name, website URL, and the email signature.
Is there a reason? Sorry, is there a reason that you choose not to connect your Twitter or your Facebook?
It's because usually it's when you send people the reason is basically sending somebody an email address. Usually, they already have some sort of a request from you to receive information. So when you are, put in your Twitter or Facebook, it's basically sometimes it will be random.
Sure.
So,
okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So once we do that, and let's say I put my own information quickly. Okay, so http reanimation.com, email signature, I won't put it here. So save settings, and then I go to the third one, which is most important one, which is confirmed opt-in. So there is a, are you familiar with the double opt-in term?
Yes.
Okay, so when you enter the email address, they send you a confirmation to make sure that you want to, or you requested to receive that type of information from us, right? And
Uh-huh.
and then when you click it, it sends them to the page that you want them to. Okay, so there's two options. You can actually have with and without the double opt-in. Means if, you know, for example, if I'm collecting leads on my squeeze page for the clients, you know, somebody wants to connect with me, so like, you know, they put their name and email and phone number, I don't really need to, in that order, you know, I don't really need to double opt-in. I'm like, you know, it helps if you collecting, you know, emails with the offer, you know, like a free PDF, because somebody can put, you know, their wrong email, or, you know, just, you know, whatever at whatever.com, right? And
Uh,
if you send them to the, you know, to download page, they didn't provide the email, so means they're not serious, and you still give them, you know, PDF, and, you know, that type of customer you really don't want reading your material anyway, right? You want serious people,
okay.
you know, serious clients or potential clients that would, you know, benefit from what you have. So with double opt-in, it actually helps. But you know, if you're connecting with somebody who maybe just wants to connect with you, because,
Uh-huh.
you know, it doesn't need, like, the email doesn't have to be on autoresponder, you know, like follow-up emails. You know, you can just collect emails with a web form, you know, saying, you know, if you would like to become a client or would like to have a consultation with us, just type your, you know, your name, email, and phone number. We will connect with you. Okay, so for that person, you don't really maybe want to send any messages in the future, but you want them just to have, you know, on your email list. So for that reason, you just say require opt-in on the web forms. You say off, and you switch it off.
Okay, and so that's gonna turn off drip content, or
Now it will turn off the double opt-in. So it means whenever people enter the email name and email in the web form, they will be
uh-huh.
sent directly to the thank you page that you are setting that you set up. That means that
Okay.
they will not get an email from you saying, you know, we would like you to confirm your subscription to this list, for example. Okay.
So which are you recommending in my purposes? Are you recommending that
For
I do,
you,
you know, both?
purely no opt-in required, really, not no opt-in. Because you're dealing with professionals, there is,
For me,
yeah. In your case, because you're, you know, you're service driven, and you're more like a professional type, you don't really need to. Okay, so we type in, we actually click no, so off. We require
oh,
opt-in off. Okay, and it will give maybe some messages, you know, that, oh, it's actually, you know, should we recommend to putting it on, but it's okay. So just before that, if we actually have double opt-in, we have a confirmation message. So we
yeah.
can you know, we can customize the confirmation message. Sorry, but if, let's say, they put in their name, so we can say, you know, first name fix, confirm your subscription. This is a template. These are already templates. You know, the headlines, the templates. But basically, this is what they will see. You know, so if they put their name up, it will be something like, you know, Ray, confirm your subscription, subject line, and then we received, and everything, it's customizable here, so you can customize it, and then Aweber will generate the link here. Okay, and then you can
Okay,
also
so
add signature.
that's if I'm actually wanting them to have a double opt-in. But
Yes.
what you're saying is in my specific case that I probably won't need the double
Yeah.
opt-in, but it's possible for someone who's doing some sort of drip content
Yep.
that they would need the double opt-in. Is that
hmm
correct?
Yeah, just to make sure, you know, if somebody wants, let's say if you're giving a PDF, you might want to use that because, you know, you want to get only serious people on your list, and don't, you know, and those that don't confirm, they actually will not get your dripping content. Okay.
Sure. Okay,
And
very good.
so coming back to the same subject, here is the confirmation message we we customize, and then at the bottom, whenever they get an emails with that link, whenever they press the link, it will automatically confirm their subscription, right, to that list, and we want to send them directly to the thank you page, right? So
Okay.
so this is where we enter the success page.
Okay.
So let's say my website is reikapuska.com, and I want to send after they get after they put in their details, I want to send them to reikapuska.com/pdf-download. Okay,
Sure.
so they enter they fill in the details, they fill in the form, and I put here Ray Kapuska HTTP, right? HTTP raykapuska.com / let's say PDF download.
Okay.
So when they confirm their subscription, they will go to this website. They will redirect them automatically.
It'll go straight to the PDF form.
Well, it will be just a web. I mean, like it's a page. It will be page. I could say thank you page.
Sure.
raykapuska.com / thank you, for example, right?
Right. Okay.
And it will direct them automatically to that.
So this is not actually for the content that they're gaining from saying, "Hey, I want this document." This is actually just you saying, "Hey, thank you for asking for this document."
Well, actually, I would have a downloadable link on there.
On the page. Okay, very good. I just wanted to clarify
Yeah.
because I'm a little concerned for your recording because on my end, and it could just be my computer, your pages kind of go a little visually sloppy, and so it's
okay.
sometimes a little hard to follow. So.
Yeah, I'll have this recording, so it's okay. All right, so if we do that, like we can put all this information, and customize the confirm message. But if we don't require opt-in, if we might in the future we might change it, and we'll have everything available to us. Okay, so save. All right, now we saved everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So next thing, now we have a basic list description. All right. Now the next thing is we have to generate the web form to collect the emails to that list. Right.
Okay.
So we press the web form here at the menu, right, and then we have create a new web form. So we press the create the new web form, and it gives us the design page where we basically go in and do all the designing.
Right.
Okay, so let's say I want the header. I can change here. Here's the header. It's basically with wizard. It's automatic, so you can adjust the size and etc. Right? You can customize the button.
I'm sorry, in your experience, simply using one that just asks for the email, is that the most effective in professional services?
Well, if you're communicating with somebody many times, you would like to have their name because it's more personalized.
Sure.
So name and email. Say it again.
So in my case, you're recommending name and email.
Yes.
Okay. Because I've heard different stories about initially it's easier just to get an email address and then later you can ask them for their name and stuff.
Yeah.
But
if you're planning for long communication, it will be best if you personalize it because usually people get a lot of spam, a lot of emails from everybody, and if usually they're not personalized too.
Right. Okay. Very good.
And you can put the subject line also with the name if they entered an email. Okay, so again, the button can be customized, and there's like a lot of things. We can actually, like, for example, if we want, the way internet is evolving is we have bigger text size, and also, for example, web form. It wouldn't be the name above it. It would actually be the name in the form itself. So I would say, options would be a value is let's say enter your name, and then I would put remove text when clicked. I actually tick that box and I
Uh-huh.
put save. So whenever somebody clicks that, enter your name disappears and they can type in their name. And then also email again, like email, delete that. Value means basically what it shows in the box itself. So I say
What text
enter
is.
your email, okay, and then remove text when clicked because otherwise they have to delete that automatically. And it's a small, for example. So what I do is I go in here. It says inputs, and I put input actually like 18, for example. Okay, and it's bigger now. And we can customize it. Like even for example, submit button, I can put 36. So we can customize
What
everything.
do you recommend for the pint size?
I would just say go for 14 or 16. The bigger it is,
Okay.
the clearer it is.
Sure. All right. Very good.
Okay, and so you customize. You can add at the top. You can see like you can add text. Like here, you can add the divider.
Sure. I'm sure it's a standard template of some kind.
Yeah, so you can like customize everything, and then also you can choose from like different templates. For example, load template. This is what it loads. And there's a lot of templates here that can be customized and etc. Okay. All right.
Are there any colors that are considered more effective, or any design styles that are considered more effective?
Um, well, the big button is the key that also directs people's attention. So anything, for example, if your website design is blue, blue white color, for example, you can add, green or red to really contrast from the website, and everything,
So
that
there's
attract.
so
And
you're not finding any type of. You're just saying just go for a complementary color contrast as opposed to some psychology of color that's already proven to work.
there actually isn't, because there's so many variations, but the less clutter on the website, and the clearer
Right.
the offer of the form is, because the form
Sure.
itself will not get people signing up in this. All you need to
Right.
do is you have to have a clear call to action. So in this case I can actually load some images in here, at the top, and say to receive to receive this free report, right? Just enter your name and email, or just fill in the form below. Just fill in the form below. So it's actually, just because there is a place for them to enter name and email and click send,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't mean they will add their name. You have to actually force them to call, to make an action. You may actually you have to motivate them to make the
So you're
the
saying
move.
completing the header is important.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Okay. So let's say let's say we choose something like this. Okay. It's not the best design. Let's say like maybe this one. So again, we have to, if we load the new template, we actually have to um, change the size again. So
Right.
I'm putting inputs and then 14.
Right.
All right. And we save web form. We press save web form.
Yeah.
And there is 3 steps basically. We have to have a design first. So we design the form, then we make settings, and also publish. Just before that, I want to show you how to add new fields. Okay. So let's say you want to collect the email. Sorry, the email will be required on every single form, but you can collect, like, let's say phone number. So you press create new field, right?
Mhm.
Type in telephone, and now
Right.
it puts, you can choose which type. So text input, select box, radio. So radio basically means there's multiple choices and etc. Okay.
What do you? I'm sorry. Radio multiple choices of.
Yeah. So for example, when you say let's say uh, choose let's say how many visitors you get a day, from 1 to 100, from 100 to 1000, from 1000 to 10,000.
Okay.
Click whichever you want. It's like, radio buttons is you have to select from from 3 choices. For example, you have to select one. Checkbox is when you want them to select which one applicable is to you. So just to show you, for example, if I enter a new choice, so I will say your website sucks. Yeah, I love my website. And then also I don't have a website.
So this is like in SurveyMonkey where you're choosing what you're wanting to ask additionally in your
and you can also choose the pre-selected which one. So like I love my website, for example, is pre-selected, and actually so like all of these, so whichever you want to pre-select it.
I got it. Okay,
and you also can do side by side if it's if it's long enough, if if it's actually fit, but you can stack, and required also can be here. So all the options here, like it's really simple, and you can just select text input. So for example, in this case, your phone number, or you can say example ex dot whatever, right? Phone number,
right?
your phone number.
So the radio selection is for when I want to give them multiple options.
Yes, it's it's like anywhere else, right? And I can also move the the phone number here, so I can have those. So let's say I save the web form. Now we go into the second step, which is we need to create the basic settings for the form. So because there will be many forms that we might create for for the same list, right? Let's say we have 3 giveaways that we give, like a three-step sales video formula, 12 steps to to networking, etc. And then we want to send anybody that's interested, because the purpose of this list is to get them to our blog list, right?
Right.
To the blog. So let's say we create the web form. So we name the web form first. So let's say this is for free PDF giveaway. Okay, we name the form. Then here's the important part. So this is the thank you page. So after they enter after they enter the email or the name, they fill in the form, where would you like to send them? Now Aweber has pre-made basic version. So here is the basic version. Thank you for subscribing. Return to Reanimation Limited. Okay, this is not really what I'm looking for, right? This is not attractive. So let's say I want to have Reanimation. Let's say reanimation.com thank you gift. Let's say I have this page.
Okay.
Where I give them 7 steps.
Something pre-created. It sounds like.
Huh?
Something that you've already pre-created.
Yeah. So I'm sending them to everything is towards my page. So like I say custom page, or I can actually say stay on current page. So they will just see. The pop-up will say thank you for thank you for entering your details, and that's it. Okay, we don't really want that too. So thank you page. Okay, so thank you page. Here is what I put thank you page, and I can look at the preview. Okay, all works. All right. And then if somebody is already subscribed to this list, if they will enter, then fill out the form again, they will be sent to basic version, which basically says you already subscribed to the list, or you can actually create your own. So again, custom page, and you just put your your page URL here. Okay, so it's useful when somebody signs up again for like a different different giveaway. You can say here is you already have this downloaded probably, or here are the 3 gifts that I'm giving, right? Things like that.
So you're changing the basic version to another custom of some kind?
Yeah, custom page is again, my URL, my page that I create myself.
Right.
So I can have, for example, if I'm giving 3 giveaways, as I said, 3 giveaways with the different web forms on the different pages, but they all send to the same list. I can have anybody that's already subscribed, if they will we don't, there's two choices basically. They will see the basic version, which is you already subscribed, they will not be sent anywhere. Or you can create, a page where you have all those 3 giveaways. So if anybody signs up on there, you're actually giving a value, and you can say, great news, you already subscribed to this list, but you probably didn't get one of these gifts. So I'm actually putting all those 3s on this page to download for you, and creates a value, okay? And then here is the show settings, show advanced settings, which is basically a tracking. So you can, and I'll show it. Ad tracking is for somebody, when they fill in the form, you can actually have a tracking for them. So it assigns the track. This person came through this web form, or this person came through this tracking. Okay.
And so that's the page that they came in from, you mean?
No, it's the web form itself. It has the tracking itself, right? Because you can have the same form, you can just choose different tracking with the, I'll show you where. All right, so
and is that a drop-down selection of things you've created, or do you have to?
You name it yourself. You name it yourself. It's basically a reference word that that you want. Because you can have the same web form on the 2 different pages, and you can track different saying on this page or on this page. But also when somebody signs up, it shows on which page they actually sign up, so you get everything, right? Usually I don't really use that much, because whenever you create the web form name, it will give the same name here. All right. Next is on this particular form, when somebody enters their details, do you want to follow up with them or no? Like, when you set up the follow-up message, the first one, hey, thank you for signing up. Here's your link. If you didn't go to this page, here's the link to download this PDF, for example. Okay. So if you want that web form to send automatically the first follow-up email, you can choose here, or you can say, no, I don't really want to send any of my follow-up messages on this list. Okay, because I'll use broadcasting for me automatically. So no follow-ups, no broadcast. You can choose that too. And this is really useful. Sometimes you just don't want, like, if you have a web form, you just want to generate a list to that, and you might be sending only the broadcast, which is basically just one-time email that is not scheduled. So it's useful. I actually used it just recently, I think yesterday. And the past form data doesn't really need that now, because it's just basically whenever you can send to the second page, the thank you page, there, let's say, an email or name. But it needs a little bit more integration on the thank you page. So in this case, it's not applicable. Okay, it's because it's too complex for this moment. All right. So is this everything is clear on this one? Settings?
Yes, it is clear, and it sounds like what you're saying is that for professional services people or trainers of some kind, they may not necessarily need the start on page just for that initial contact, because it's still too soon.
Well,
but
no,
if it's
all I'm saying is that sometimes you don't need any follow-up, but you just want them to add to the list. Okay, so maybe you're gonna send them, just sometimes you want to add people on this list, for example, and you don't want any follow-ups. So just say, no follow-ups, and that's it. The only emails they will get is when you send the broadcast. I'll show you how. All right, so save web form, and now we're going to publish. Okay, so we're going to publish. So there's 3 things, and one of the things to mention is Aweber actually has a web form hosting. So they actually host the web form. So for example, if I go to this page, it actually form is there. And in one seminar, I actually learned a trick where you can, let's say, if I go to design, okay, and let's say image, I'll choose any image, let's say PDF giveaway, okay.
Yeah.
So let's say I want this one, this page, this picture. So what I can do is I can say image, oops, hold on. Okay, so I can say image, this image, okay, center, and it's a little bit tricky because it's white. The background is white, but I
I'm
can.
sorry, you're breaking up.
Okay, the background is white, so therefore, it's a little bit tricky, but because it's white. But can you see the white, the whole thing?
No, your page is kind of.
Okay, but basically,
There
what I
we go.
can.
Now I can. Now I can.
So what basically I'm doing now is if I put font size, let's say 24,
Okay.
right, and I can say learn how to learn how to wrap any Christmas present in 3 simple steps. Okay, and I save the web form. Do you
Okay.
understand? Is it clear?
Yes, it sounds like that you don't have to have OptiPress. You could just use one of these.
Yes.
Okay, if you had something simple to give away or whatever. Okay.
Yes. Somehow it's just loading. Okay, but for now, let's make it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I understand the
okay.
concept. So
So
that's
this is
fine.
one of the things that is sometimes if you want to quick, you can actually make like a website. So you have big header, image, etc., and you don't really need to have a page design. You can actually do that in the Aweber. That's all I'm saying. So you can also
So
install yourself, or you can email your webmaster if you have one to instructions to how with the code of the web form. So I usually do this. So install the web form, and there's 2
okay.
options: JavaScript and HTML version. JavaScript is this is only what you need to put on your page, and it will generate the form itself. Okay. Another trick is the raw HTML, which is basically the whole thing, the whole code. So it depends. Sometimes like if I don't want to customize anything on that page, I just put the JavaScript and that's it. It works fine. Sometimes I need I'll just put like on Optimize Press. You need to put all this HTML code. And also it gives the formatting we did just now with all the blue colors and etc. Well, they can actually unlink it by pressing this button, include the beautiful form styles, and check to get unformatted basic form. So if you just want to strip everything and just get a HTML in the case, you just press that one and it will remove everything and leave only the necessary fields.
Why would I want to do that?
So for example, in let me just think which one. Okay, so let's say I have a client that we do this page. Okay, so this is on the right hand side, this is Aweber form.
Okay.
But it sends to Aweber, but we actually customize it with our own button. We have this page, everything. So only thing we need to do is to identify that they put the name, email, and they sent to Aweber. Okay, anything else we have to change that. So in Optimize Press, it actually allows us to to do that by just posting the putting the code in. And the page that that I used for YouTube links, okay, here I actually used Aweber web form. I'm just going to show you. Okay, so here I used Aweber web form. So here I just posted a JavaScript page, the JavaScript code. Okay, do you understand? So I'm actually using the format from Aweber that the design was Aweber's. I designed it on Aweber, and I just wanted to post this on here. So I took the JavaScript code, the small, this one, and just post it on my page. That's it. But if I want on Optimize, go on.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but when you say that you've posted, so if I'm understanding correctly, you've used the optimized press to do the beautiful iPad visual, but underneath that is where you've dumped in the JavaScript for their form. Is that what you're telling me?
Can you repeat that again? Sorry, I follow.
Yeah, I said, sure. I said that what it sounds like you're telling me is that you use optimized press in order to have the iPad visual with the YouTube stuff in it,
No,
but then underneath that you dropped in JavaScript. Or did I misunderstand?
no, that's wrong. So I'll show
Okay.
you on optimized press. Okay, what I mean.
Yeah.
So optimized press has these templates. So let's say we have a squeeze page, all right? This squeeze page. I don't know if you can see.
No,
Yeah,
I can't.
can you see?
It's kind of broken up.
Can
I
you
see
see now?
Rolodex. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good quality, but because I just minimized it. So, all right. So let's say I want to choose the squeeze page one. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I
Okay.
just put, just go template and just pick squeeze page one without
Right.
header, and I say, test. Let's say I'm putting a test, and I say publish. Okay. Now I didn't put any data at all now yet, and it gives me this page. This page.
Okay.
Okay, so they already have the field, etc., but there is no button assigned, there is no list assigned, anything like that. But they already designed the enter your name and email. Okay, Aweber
Okay.
isn't okay. No, there is no Aweber at this point here. So I want to go and say in the squeeze page options, I want to say where it says opt-in squeeze page form options.
Right.
I say autoresponder code, okay, and then they say copy your form code from your autoresponder provider and paste it in the box below. Ensure you are using the non-JavaScript code and paste all HTML code your autoresponder companies gives you into this box.
I see.
Okay,
Okay.
so in order not to clutter everything, I just put here. I copy all of this and I put into this part. I'm putting all the code, okay, and once I do that, it will automatically it will automatically grab all this information from this field, and it will actually put in name and email, right? So I can, for example, if I don't want to collect emails, I just unclick the show here, and it will not show the email, like name, collecting name field on my squeeze page.
On the opt-in on the OptiPress.
Yeah,
Okay.
and remember, by the way, yeah, here's the point also. Because I put in three. Remember, I put on this field. I put name. Put your name, your phone number, and your email. Yes.
Yes.
Because Optimized Press has a template of only two fields, name and email.
Right.
It actually will be here they actually made a mistake. So I can show my name, but for the email it's actually custom telephone. Okay, so they actually took the second variable from that form. So to change that, all I need to do is just go in, find where it says let me just see. Okay, where it says I need to find basically enter your email. So here's the name, and I need to find where it says email.
Right.
Okay, so input type is I need to have a name for it. Okay.
Right.
So this is
So instead of custom telephone.
Yeah, custom telephone. I actually have to find where it says email, and usually it's the same, So value, but yeah, the value is enter your email, but the name is email. So I actually have to change it here. Otherwise, if I enter, if I leave that, it will be an error and they will not grab the email correctly. They will actually mix it up because they will say email will be a phone number.
And that's something that Aweber does automatically accidentally, or
no? This is just because I'm putting three fields where they only recognize two fields, and they will take the top two. That's why that's why it's a mistake. Okay, this is again, this is just to show you. But if you just put if you just create name and email, it will be automatically. Okay.
Okay.
And you can also, show extra input field options, but for this purpose, it doesn't really matter. And you can also select the squeeze page button here, so you can post your own page, your own URL to button. So, for example, I want to find from the internet, so I just go to image,
Sure.
image, find, image, Google image, and I find something like download button or sign up button, right? Or I can choose, or I can select image upload, and then I choose from the ones they give us. Okay, and you can upload your own images. So this is for the for the optimized press, and we sidetracking a little bit. So let's go back to the web form. Okay, so this is basically the code where they give.
Right.
Okay, and that's it. You copy that, and that's it. You're done. Right.
Okay.
So now we have the list already assigned. We have received this free report. Just fill in the form, right? So I can actually put here now Ray, no number, and then I can put my, let's say, Ray at americakiss.lt. Okay, this is one of my emails, and then it should send me to the thank you page. Okay, here it is. Okay, they send me to the thank you page. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because I put in the settings, I actually put this page as a thank you page. So when people they are sent to this page, right? So now if I go to home, okay, it doesn't show me now yet, but okay, here it is. Can you see it? This one, it just updated. So it says today Ray blog update is one subscriber.
Yes, I see.
Okay, so if I press on that, or I press subscribers and then I press search, it shows me the list, search for subscribers. So if I press search, I can see my my tracking here. You can see here. Actually,
not yet, but
okay, we'll make it bigger. I can see my tracking here on the left hand side. I can see the last message, which is basically a follow-up. Or if, for example, when you set up follow-up messages, and I'll show you quick, here. But when you set up a follow-up message, let's say you have 10 follow-up messages, right?
Yeah.
So it will send them, one, then two, then three, whatever the sequence you have, and then when every second day, and etc. But now you might have somebody that signs up yesterday and somebody signs up a week ago, and you can see which actually follow-up message they actually received. So it shows here. Then we have the name, which we are the name that and you can actually change the name if you want, but we have a name here that I entered, and also have email here.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the primary ones that Aweber shows in this field. So if I click on the email, it expands and says, okay, so name was Ray, email address is this, last message received, date added, okay, date last message. If it's stopped, it will be shown stopped. And then I also have a telephone number at the bottom. So any additional fields that you have, it will be at the bottom. Okay. Okay.
So as you gather more data, you
and also shows add URL means which page they actually used to fill in the form. Because I used the page, I didn't put it on my page. Yeah, that's what it shows basically. But it will show raynimation.com or raynimation.com/ free giveaway, something like that. And I also have a date, the data, and I'll show you an example of others. And also shows the geography. So latitude, longitude, city, region, and country.
Right.
Okay. And also another thing is subscriber activity. If I, let's say, go to my list of, let's say, video bookends.
Yeah.
And if I search anybody here, I'm actually will not show the email, the emails, because it's private. But if I press this page, if I press an email, it says subscriber activity. So it shows, actually there's like a long list, but let's say here's they subscribed on the 23rd of the 6th month. Okay, then it shows, you know, they verified that day, then they get, I send them broadcast of, you know, this title, this time, and all these I send the broadcast. I basically send them a message, and it basically shows, you know, when they open, when they get the, you know, follow-up message, and etc. etc. Okay.
Okay.
So it's pretty clear. Okay, so rate blog update, right? So searches is, you know, you can also like qualify the searches. So for example, if you want, you know, somebody that they didn't open, like they didn't open the message, and the message was brought from broadcast, they didn't actually, because I didn't send anything, there is no to choose from. But it will be, you know, broadcast, and it will give you like a broadcasting or follow-up messages. And let's say somebody didn't open the message. Okay, you know, somebody didn't open the email, you can say search, and it will segment that list. It will only show somebody that didn't open that email, particular email message. And then what you can do is you can save the segment. So for example, let's say you have you want to send to subscribers only in your area, or somebody you know who's from America. Okay. So what you do is you say by country from IP, and then the country is United US, or you actually United States. Okay, and you do the search. It will show, you know, all the people that sign up that are from by IP are from the United States, and you can save the segment as a from US, for example. And then when you press the save, it will actually save. So next time you can do the segmentation. You know where it says view segment? You can save from US only. And when I'll show you when you set up a follow-up email or broadcast, you can actually say only send to subscribers who are from the United States. Okay.
Got it.
And other things you maybe must know is like add, which basically is you can add a subscribers here manually, or you can import them. The problem with
so obviously I'm sorry.
Yeah, the problem with importing is you cannot just add them if they didn't fill in the form themselves. You cannot really add them to the list yourself. What you have to do is you have to create a confirmation message, because once you enter the email, let's say name and email address, they will get an email from Aweber saying, you know, here is the list. Yeah, here's the list. Please confirm the subscription. Only that this way. You know, this is the only possible way for you to get somebody on your list. If they didn't, you know, let's say you're migrating, migrating from somebody else, you know. So this is regarding the subscribers. Okay. Now, once you get subscribers, of course, you want to, two things. You want to do two things. One is create a follow-up messaging, right? And or sometimes, you know, you will want to send them emails. Okay. So you go to the message, and there's actually three choices, but I'll show you, two, and I'll give you a little brief about the third one. So follow-up is when somebody signs up to your list and you want automatically follow up with them. Okay.
Sure.
So they just introduced, they just introduced the new editors, but I'll show the same thing. So let's say I want to create a HTML message. Okay. And this is, this is one of the probably coolest thing I saw with Aweber. They just did a, full customizable like list. If I just make it smaller, so there's design and settings. So I put, a subject line here, right? Subject line, and I can use prefixes, which is, like a name, for example, like full name, somebody. So it's say, subject line Ray. Yeah. If they enter the name address, I can actually use this like this, personalize. Okay. So here's the subject line, and then we have, editor. Editor is pretty simple. It's like you just delete, if you want to put, let's say, article here, just drag in, and you have a headline. Here's the headline. I want, let's say, I press on the image, I can resize the image as I want. You know, it's pretty simple, and it's like, again, image, Google Images. If I go to small, let's say, nice one. All right, and then I just, you know, press on the image where it says image URL. I just type in here. I can resize it, etc., etc. Image link, I can, you know, have a link. So it's really simple. Okay, if I want, you know, if I want to, these are the templates. So there's like, you know, really, really beautiful templates. I use the one that I use this one quite a lot. It's like keep my content and apply the template. Here it is. Okay. So if I want to, like, let's say I want to post a headline, I'm just dragging the headline from the top and it says, you know, Ray headline. And then I want to, let's say, signature at the bottom. I just drag it in, you know, put the image, etc., etc. It's pretty simple, right? So
Yeah.
these are the follow-ups. So let's say I save the follow-up, and you can test your follow-up. You know, you can send yourself an email, and then that's it. And click on the website links in this message. So basically, if you have a link on that message, if somebody clicks, you can actually track it. Okay, so save and exit. Save and exit. Exit. Okay, Aweber is a little bit small. So you see on here, it says message 1.
Yeah.
And it says interval 0. It means this message will be sent instantly.
Okay.
Okay. So if I go back to the same message and I say settings, I cannot change anything here. Like basically, because it says, you know, if you have a follow-up message, means that people will get this message instantly. Okay. But then if I just copy, I mean, like I can do the new HTML message, but I'll just use copy because I can, you know, then I can change with the same design.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and that sounds like it's a sounds like something more for the future, possibly of where I'm headed. Is that? I mean, and when you've been looking at some of the things that I'm trying to put together.
Well, what I would say, if you give away something, right, if you know, some sort of offer, you want to communicate with them at least 3-4 email messages the first week.
Okay.
They can unsubscribe it, but to make sure, you know, like if they unsubscribe a lot, you know that, you know, the content you provide is you know, is bad. It's, you know, it's not interesting to them. Okay, to them. It doesn't mean that the content is not interesting. It means that the subscribers that you have, they're not interested the way you present it or the content itself. Okay, so you know, let's say I change everything here, blah blah blah. Don't forget, you know, to change the subject line. Then I say save and go to the next page. Okay, here's the trick now. Settings. It says interval. Set the number of days from your previous message. Means if they get the first message instantly, what is the interval in days that I want them to get? So let's say I want to get them after 2 days after previous message, or 1 day. You know?
Okay.
Okay.
So if it's 2 days later, is that 1 day interval or is it 2 day interval?
It says 1 day after previous. So it means like, you know, if I put 7 days, it means 7 days after the previous. Because if you have, you know, let's say the fourth message.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say every single, you know, 3 messages will be every other day. So, you know, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yes. And then I want to say send the next message after 7 days. So it will be Friday again, next Friday.
Sure.
Okay. And also what I can do is I can say, well, you know, if the message is sent automatically, you know, this message will be sent after 2 days after the previous one. It might be if they sign up on Friday or Thursday, it will be Sunday. Okay. So I can say send window, only deliver this message on certain days and times. So I put, you know, press on, and then I say, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday it's okay. Okay, and start time from midnight till like, you know, 9 p.m. or till midnight. Okay, so it's okay. And I'd say add, and I can also choose another one if I want to.
So this is important because you may have people who subscribe on different days of the week.
And the sequence will be the same for them, but we just want, maybe don't want them to send them on Sunday.
On Sunday, sure.
Okay, and then send messages based on each subscriber's local time. You can identify that and then apply these days and times to all the messages. So it applies to everybody. But in this case, we'll just say off. So 2 days after this one, and I'll show you what it means. So, and you can set up, like I think it's like 999 messages like that. So it's for the whole year. You can basically set up. So you see, yeah. So you see messages, the first one and second one. I can actually change those by just dragging and realigning, reordering them. I can actually change them, and it changes instantly and changes the message.
You're saying what you physically did was just drag the line up or down? Yeah. Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
So maybe the third message is about my optimized press review, and the fourth one is about Aweber. I want to do it Aweber first and then optimized press. I just drag it and and make it.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Okay. And that's it. So I just have follow-up message, and that's it. If somebody signs up, they will get the first message first, and then afterwards the second one. So this is follow-up. Okay. Broadcast is the same. The same thing is just what you want to do is you want to send them just one message now. It will, anybody that subscribed now, they will get this message. Anybody that subscribes in the future won't get this message. But I just want to, blast one email to everybody.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. Another thing I do always is split test. So if I say HTML message, okay, it will go, design, sharing, blah blah blah. Okay, normal thing. If I say, and I do this. It will be a little bit different. Like you set up, what time you want to send them. Like, do you want it now or after, after days or specific time? Actually, specific time. But in the broadcast message, I can actually do split test. It's just the question is where is it based? Let me just see another. Another list has to have a split test.
Okay, so
okay, here it is. Yeah, so what you will do is you will see this create a split test broadcast. You see?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I usually do is I create a split test and I say send 50% and 50% audiences this message and this message. So when I say create new list, new split test, okay. It will create two messages. Now, I'll delete the one that we created before, so just delete this one. And usually, basically what it does, it creates two lists. So you can see segment, it says split test the group 50% and split test on this one group 50%. Okay, so what I have to do now is click on the subject and it opens the message and I can edit the message. Okay, so I edit the message. Let's say I go to save, next step. Okay, sharing, don't want that, doesn't really matter. And then next, this is what it is. So schedule, set the date. Now it's off because it will send instantly. And this is what it says, segment. So list, it will be at MarcoKiss, which mine list. Send to segment, which is already pre-selected.
Right.
Okay, and then track, click list, email quick starts are available. So basically, they will send you an email with the with the stats and also tracking the clicks on the email. If I want to change, let's say a date, and I want to change, let's say to 28th, and I say, this is my time time zone, but it will be yours, and I'll say, like a 12 p.m. Okay, set.
Sure.
And I say schedule and Q4 this date. Okay, and I'll go in, with the subject line. I'll change the subject line. Well, basically, usually I do is I create the same identical message. I just change the subject line. So I want to see, whichever gets more opens. And then also another thing here is spam. So, like when you click spam, if you add an image or something like that, it will show, what's the probability of it being recognized as spam. Okay. Yeah, so it's not so hard, as you understand, afterwards.
Yeah,
Okay, so here's what happens. So when you set those up, there will be a queue here. Actually, I think I pressed it already, queue, for queue. But usually this is what happens. There is a queue, so you have to press the queue to send or initiate the broadcast. So for you to schedule, for the specific time doesn't mean that it's going to be sent. You actually have to queue that broadcast and it will be sent. Okay.
Sure. It's kind of traditional radio concept. Very good.
Yeah. So just press the queue and you also can test it. So just put your email address and test at tracking if you want, name, and that's it. You will get an email and it will be just for testing. Okay. So these are two. The follow-up, it's easy, right? And broadcast, it's also understandable. I use split testing, usually because I want to see how many opens. But if you just want to broadcast, you can just set up a HTML message. That's it. Right. And the last one is blog broadcast. So if you have a blog, you also have the RSS.
Okay.
So if I go reikpuska.com/RSS, I think that one. Okay, this is RSS. This is RSS, basically a feed. Your blog has a feed. It shows all the
And let's talk about that a second. In WordPress, I know I have some sort of RSS feed, and that people automatically can register for that. But how can I see within that? Is there a way within that who's actually getting my feed?
No, you cannot. I don't know. I don't know actually, because it didn't really do much of a tracking. But this one is basically what I want to do for this one is you can have automatically set up a broadcast of your blog. So here is you put your RSS feed here.
Yeah.
And what it will do, anytime you upload, let's say you create a new post, you can say with the subject line, and it will generate the content
to send to list.
Yeah.
So whatever I put out on my blog will become automatically sent.
So if you have a list, that says subscribe to my blog, it can generate automatically.
Sure. That's understandable. And then within that, can you see who's actually getting or who actually is reading?
Okay.
Or clicking,
so do you understand all of this now? The follow-up broadcast and blog broadcast?
Yes.
Okay. Everything is clear. Yes. All right. So here's another thing now regarding the reports. Okay. So if I go to my home page, and you can probably see at the bottom now that says recent broadcast. Here.
Sorry, where?
Recent broadcast.
Okay, I'm sure the page will. I'm kind of going off myself, so it's a little slower. Yep, I see it now.
So basically it says subject, the list name, the send date, the subject, and it says how many are sent. Let's say it's, says sent is 2,900. There are 2 complaints, 5 bounces, and then 250 opens. It means like 86%, 8.6% open. So here's, just an example. I sent this to split test, okay? So each of them got 2,900, list, email list in there. So I sent, two emails with, with the same message, just a little bit maybe changing. One got 250 opens, another one 245 opens. So open rate is almost the same, identical, yes? But one has a 2.5%, another one 2% click-through rate. Means the link was clicked on one 57 times, another one 73 times. Just just by that, I got 4. What is it? 26 people open.
Difference.
Additional 26 people open on
Right.
another email.
Right.
Okay.
So you're choosing the other one.
Yeah, but just shows sometimes like this one, clicks it means clicks. 26 people clicked. The difference
Oh, wow.
between between those two lists is one has 26 people more, just because I changed a little bit the message. Okay,
Right.
and opens are almost identical. So if I want to see the full report, I actually go to reports, and I go to reports, and I can see on my list, I choose this list, video bookends, and let's say I want to see daily new subscribers. Okay, and it shows me a graph of daily subscribers.
Sure.
Okay, another thing that also does is I can watch like a lot of data here, but another thing that also is useful is to when I send the messages, let's say broadcast, if I go to broadcast, underneath that broadcast there is they are all the broadcast I sent. So if I want to say, let's say I want to see the last broadcast I did, I just click on that one on the subject line, and it shows me opens, how many, and actually it shows the names, and shows the names, how many times they open, and how many clicks actually they produced.
Got it. Interesting.
Yeah. Also, it shows like, for example, 218 people opened this message, and I can send directly to these subscribers. So somebody who did open, I can send them. And I can choose here. I can choose unopen, and I can send, the people that didn't open. So I can, easily just say send directly to these subscribers that didn't open the message, and I can send, hey, you didn't open the last message or something like that. You probably missed blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's a very useful tool once you actually have a functioning list.